Hello and welcome back to episode 40 of my investment journey series, the series on my YouTube channel right here where I go through my entire Trading 212 portfolio as somebody who has now been investing for coming up for a year. I started investing 2nd April 2020, right after we went into lockdown here in the UK for the first time, the first lockdown, the good lockdown as people called it, not the shitey lockdowns we've had recently. Coming up for a year of investing, I've been sharing my journey. I've not put up an update for roughly a month now, so I'm putting this one up. This is now episode 40, like I say, and if you've not seen my videos before, if you've not seen any of this sort of content I've been putting out, you won't understand the idea, but it's just to keep me accountable. I document my journey, go through my investments, show you guys everything that I've been investing into, dividends I've received, what I've been buying, what I've been selling, etc. And I just pretty much do a recording on my phone screen in the Trading 212 app, and we just go through it and you can see what I've been doing. Hopefully it helps somebody that is new to the world of investing like I was this time last year, and if it does, brilliant. Give me a like if you want to, don't have to of course. Leave a comment and consider subscribing because it's a journey that I'm on for the next, like I say, 15-20 years at least. Long-term investing, that's what I'm all about. So yeah, that's really the intro. Again, to all the current subscribers and everyone who's been asking where I've been, I'm sorry. Again, things just kind of got a bit out of hand recently with work, etc, whatever, life, you know. I'm back, this is my video, this is the update, let's get into it. I'm going to jump over to my iPhone screen like I always used to do. We'll go through all my investments and we'll see how things have been looking. Other than that, hope all you guys are doing well, hope your investments are doing well, hope nobody's completely lost the plot yet in this lockdown world that we're currently living in. I'm sure everyone's hair is starting to look a real proper mess again like mine. It's just insane, and I hope my investments can start to grow as long as my hair is getting, because then we'll all be laughing and we'll be living the dream. So that's it really. Over to my iPhone as always, and thank you once again, people. So here we are back in my Trading 212 portfolio here, and there's been a lot of changes since the last update, which was roughly a month ago now. So you can see there I've now invested £16,303.09. The total portfolio value is £18,497.33, and we've now got that positive return of £2,194.24, so a 13.46% up on my investments. Now you can see here on my Twitter, this was back on the 17th of February, I did actually pass the £3,000 return, which was a definite milestone for me. Over £3,000 return on my Trading 212 portfolio, took a screenshot, I had to tweet it obviously, a lot of you guys are following me here on Twitter, had to share the good news. 22.5% return on my investments at that point. But sadly since then the momentum has not kept up and we're now down closer to the £2,000 return. But things are still good, I'm still positive. I've just viewed that as a buying opportunity as always. You know, invest more into your stocks when you feel they're on sale, and that's exactly what I've done. So before I get into the investments and what's changed on my portfolio, let me just go over to the history section and we'll look at dividends and we'll see what's been changed here. So total dividends received are now £145.80, as you can see there at the bottom right. And since the last update, I've received a 92p dividend with Starbucks. I've received £1.90 with McDonald's, 21p with Progress Software, which was a free share that I received, and 38p most recently with Unilever. As always, all of these dividends have been reinvested, and I'm not looking to take any of them out anytime soon because I'm a long-term investor. Those who have seen my videos before will know that, and it's pointless taking out some of the money here when it can just be reinvested straight back in. So I've nearly been investing for a year now. I started on the 2nd of April 2020, so I've received £145 in dividends in the space of a year, and I still have another one to come before then, before the 2nd of April I think. I need to double check that. Again, I'm not a dividend investor, I'm more of a growth investor, so I just view this as a nice bonus. So just having a quick look at my account value overall here, we can see it's £19,943.60. I did deposit more money today. I've been trying to make the absolute most of my ISA utilisation before the new tax year. I was of course aiming to get 100% utilisation, but I don't think that's going to happen now unfortunately, but I'm still extremely proud of how far I've came this year. I've went from somebody who didn't invest a single penny to now having £16,117.04 of my own money deposited into my account, and that's now 81% ISA utilisation as you can see here. I still have free funds available, £1,445. I'm looking to invest that soon, before the tax year. I'm just waiting for a few opportunities to come up, and I'll start probably investing those, and we'll maybe talk about that a bit in this video. So coming back to investments here, we can see I've got AMD, 2 shares. I've got Argo Blockchain, one of my investments that I'm extremely bullish on just now, 776 shares. I've been buying into that quite a lot recently. We've got AstraZeneca, that was a free share that I received. We've got Cineworld Group. I have been increasing this a little bit slightly, I think yesterday and a bit more today, just because I had some good news come out about cinemas planning to reopen again soon with the COVID restrictions getting lifted and it eased off a little bit. So we'll see if that does come to anything. It doesn't look like it's been reflected in the share price today, unfortunately, but over the next few weeks, over the next few days, it might jump back up. So Cineworld Group. Then we've got 7 shares in EasyJet. Again, these are 7 free shares I received from all you lovely folks using my referral link here on Trading212. And yes, Trading212 still has a freeze on new accounts signing up. And as soon as I know when they're taking new people on, when they're allowing people to open new accounts, I will definitely put a video out and I'll let everybody know. But at the moment, it is still on hold for the time being. I've got 9 shares in General Electric. Again, 9 free shares that I received, and I was debating selling this, but it seems to be on quite a decent run. Obviously not today, looking at that there, but I mean, if we look at the monthly view, or sorry, the 3 monthly view, so I kind of received the free shares around these points here, and it has been climbing pretty considerably since, so I've just kind of left it for the time being. Not really sure if I'm going to keep hold of them, if I'm going to sell them, but from everything that I've heard, all the comments I've read, General Electric's a decent company to keep hold of, so I think for now it'll be staying put. The iShares Core FTSE 100, I did actually buy a few more shares in that this morning, if I remember correctly. Let me just have a quick look here in the history. Yes, I bought 10 more shares in this ETF this morning, which cost me £66. Just thought I'd increase my position there just a little bit. And that is my second biggest holding in my Trading212 portfolio. Next up here is the S&P 500 ETF. I now have 120 shares in this ETF, and it is the biggest holding in my portfolio still, and it probably always will be. I've said that in my previous videos. I don't really have any plans to change that. I mean, just having 500 of the top US companies being invested in that, definitely a winner for me. So that's going to be staying put, and I'm going to continually cost average my way into that ETF. Next ETF here, one of my favourites, the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. I have been increasing my position in this one as well recently because they have dipped in price. If we look at the 3 monthly view here, you can see it's just been falling pretty steadily. And I've been viewing that as a buying opportunity, like I say. It's one of my favourite ETFs. Clean energy is definitely the future. I feel I would be stupid if I didn't invest into it. So I've been investing over the last few months continuously, trying to get my average price down slightly, and it has been working. And yeah, definitely happy to keep hold, keep investing. Nothing's going to change there. Big fan of this one. The iShares Nasdaq 100 ETF, still got 2 shares here. I think that was the same in my last update. I've not increased that at all. It's an expensive ETF to buy into. If I just show you guys here quickly, if you're just buy 1 unit in this ETF, £536.50. So yeah, it's an extremely expensive one to buy into, ticker symbol CNX1. It's got a lot of good holdings in this ETF. I'm a big fan of it. It's very tech focused, and recently technology's not been doing too great. So it's definitely been in a bit of a dip, but the ETF seems to be doing quite well. I'm just looking here at the weekly view, and even today it's rose nicely again. So again, happy to keep hold of this one. Not one I'm looking to increase anytime soon. I've got focus otherwhere just now, but yeah, that's the Nasdaq 100 for just now. Now the iShares Physical Gold ETF, this is a good one for me, and of course I'm joking when I say that. To those who have seen my video updates before, you'll know what I'm getting at here. I'll just quickly show you. If we look at the max view here, and you can see I literally bought into this ETF at its peak when gold was in a rally, and yeah, that was back in July/August time 2020, and since then it's just continued to drop. So I use this as a reminder that you can't time the market. Not that I ever tried to time the market, because I know you can't do it. I just sadly bought in it at a bad time. This view actually shows it even clearer. If we look at the yearly view, and you can see here, literally right at that peak, that's when I bought in. And of course, it's just dropped since. So yeah, if you've got a stock or an investment that can beat this, the bad timing on this, let me know in the comments section. I would definitely like to hear it. Like to see if someone can better this one or show me off here because, yeah, I think it was the worst possible timing. But of course, it's only a loss when you sell at a loss. I'm not planning to sell. I'm going to hold this for a long time, 10, 15, 20 years. And surely by then, the price will go back up and things will be good. But of course, that's not financial advice. Do not quote me on that. I am just hoping that is the case. We've got Legal & General Group next, one of my favourite UK stocks. I've been increasing my position in this one recently because their ex-div date is coming up soon. I think it's like the beginning of April, middle of April time. I've actually annoyed myself there by not remembering, so I'm just quickly checking here on Dividend Max, ticker symbol LGEN. And we can see here the ex-div date is the 15th of April 2021. So yeah, not too long to wait for that one. And I've got 360 shares in Legal & General. So let me just quickly pop that in here and we'll see what sort of payment I'm going to get as a dividend. 360 shares, calculate payment. So yeah, my next dividend from Legal & General is going to be £45.50. That will be my highest dividend I've ever received. And that is, of course, unless I increase my position a little bit more slightly. I might buy some more shares, I'll get an even better dividend. And yeah, that'll be a really decent one to get. Of course, I'll just get reinvested straight back in when I do receive it. But that looks pretty decent for the time being. Just as an example, what I might actually do is increase it to 500 shares. So if we just do that here for a quick look, we can see 500 shares in Legal & General will show a dividend of £63.20. So that is extremely juicy and definitely something I'm going to have to consider. So next up here, we've got McDonald's. I've got roughly 3.5 shares with McDonald's and they've made a decent recovery recently. I didn't expect them to make as good a recovery as they have actually done, so it surprised me. I'm definitely happy with that though, because I have been increasing my investment with them slightly over the past few months. So you can see back in October 2020, they were around the $229 mark, and then they obviously dropped pretty considerably. They had some real lows there around $200, and they've now climbed back up and they're now sitting at the $225. So yeah, really decent recovery. I'm chuffed with that. And we can see on the graph there that I'm back over my average price, so I hope this continues and they just continue to grow. National Grid, 11 shares. They're all free shares again from all you lovely folks signing up to my links. I'm not going to talk about them too much here because that's not really one that I invest into myself. It's just free shares that I'm happy to hold. Seem like a stable company, so that's just going to stay put for the time being. We've got my Royal Dutch Shell investment, 143 shares, which I think was the same as in the last update. I've not actually bought into that at all recently. I'm still waiting on some news around oil to come out that makes me want to chuck more money into Shell, and that's just not happened recently, so I've just kind of left it as it is. But like I've said in previous videos, I really do believe Shell is going to come out of everything when we do return to normal again. I believe they'll come out of everything in a really strong position. I like the focus they're putting towards the green sector, around renewables, and I'm just happy to keep holding them for now. And like I say, once some more good news starts coming out around oil, I will probably start investing more into Shell, but for the time being, it is going to stay put as it currently is. Of course, they did increase their dividends again. They initially got cut early last year, and it's been increased again since. I'm not a dividend investor, like I say, but of course, it's always a bonus, and any dividends I receive will just be getting put straight back in. We've got one share in Snapchat. That was a free share that I received as well. Then we've got my Starbucks investment, which is now 4 shares. This is another one I've been increasing recently, and it's part of my busy pie, like I've mentioned in previous videos. They've actually been doing pretty decent, not if we're looking at the daily or the weekly view obviously, but looking at the 3-monthly view, okay, it's a bit choppy, yeah, but it has been climbing overall. Yearly view, you can see it's been a pretty steady climb, and I'm happy to hold Starbucks long term. I can't see them getting put out of business anytime soon, and the way I kind of view this investment is, do I believe they'll be still existing 10, 15, 20 years down the line? I definitely do. Every Starbucks I pass or see is always absolutely out the door. They're always packed. Drive-throughs busy. There's always people coming in out with coffees, with snacks. So I am happy to keep holding them as an investor for the long term. I have 2 shares in Tilray. Again, these were 2 free shares I received. I actually received them at a really decent point. And I think I received my first free share around here. Actually, I'll go into the history and check because I can't remember. So yeah, I got my first share at £8.05 and the second share at £20.22. So that first free share was back on the 6th of January. So if we look at that on the chart here, we can see January, here we go. Yeah, it was at a nice low point, and It's started to climb again since, so my average price when I got my second free share it's kind of brought things back up. Because at one point I think I was on like a 400% increase on this investment or something mental like that. I do have a screenshot somewhere, so I'll try and find it maybe. But yeah, I don't really know too much about Tilray. Cannabis stock, they're involved in a few other things. Like I say, they're free shares. I don't really know what else to do at the moment. I'm just going to keep hold of them. I did think on increasing the position myself with my own money, but I only invest in companies that I know enough about and where I'm happy to put my money. So that's why I've not actually put anything into that myself. I got a free share in Unilever, which was really decent. Chuffed with that. Decent company, strong and stable. I've just kind of left it as is for now. Probably a good buying opportunity for those who are bullish on Unilever, but I'm not looking to increase that at all. I'm just happy keeping that free share where it is for the time being. And when it gets into a bit of green, I might sell it and then move that money elsewhere. The VanEck Vectors ETF, big fan of this one of my favourite ETFs. Ticker symbol ESPO. A good way of remembering this one is to just know that they're in the esports industry, so ticker symbol ESPO for esports. They've taken a bit of a tumble recently, as you can see here on the chart. So they dropped from around $49, $50, and they're now down to $41. And of course, earlier this week, they were at the actual $40 mark. So definitely a good time to buy into them if you're interested. Of course, do your research. It's not financial advice, all that blah, blah, blah. Just my opinion. I'm a big fan of this sector. I think video gaming, esports, 100% is here to stay. It's definitely going to get bigger in my opinion. And I can see this chart just taking off like a rocket over the next few years. So I'm definitely bullish on this ETF, and it's one that is going to be staying put for the long term. And the Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF, this is another one that I've been increasing recently because they have also taken a bit of a dive. If you look at the 3 monthly view, they've dropped down from around 55 to 52 sort of dollars. So I have been increasing my position here also, and I'm quite happy because my average price, it's down here around $45, $46, if that is correct. Yeah, $45, and now we're sitting up to here, so I'm happy with this. Big fan of this ETF, exposure to the emerging markets. Definitely a riskier play than the likes of your S&P 500, your FTSE 100, people would say. But I guess I still have age on my side. I've just turned 30. So I'm probably putting more money into this ETF than what somebody who's maybe in their late 50s, 60s, whatever would be doing. But again, happy. That's just my own personal opinion. And another one that's going to be a long-term hold and one that I'll continue to invest into. So having a quick look at the allocation overall, I have 21 investments. To be honest, I'm not happy with that. I want to cut that down to between 10 to 15. And I will be doing that soon. Like I say, when a few of the free shares get into the green, I'll probably sell them. That'll bring that number down. Just think having between 10 to 15 is more manageable and just sits better with me in my mind. So yeah, that's the thinking there. As you can see, the S&P 500 is right at the top still, taking up 18.5%, followed by the FTSE 100, 13.9%, and the FTSE Emerging Markets at 11.54%. So those three ETFs are definitely the bulk of my portfolio, and I am happy with that. And then my big individual holdings, you can see, is Royal Dutch Shell, RDSB, Argo Blockchain, ARB, and the iShares Global Clean Energy, INRG. Again, I'm chuffed with all of those investments, and I'm happy that they're around the 10% point for Shell and Argo. And iShares Global Clean Energy, I will increase that up to about 10% too over the coming weeks, coming months. So yeah, another one happy to keep. Like I said earlier, Trading 212 has still got a freeze on account registrations for brand new accounts. So you just have to kind of stay patient for the time being, unfortunately. I've been checking the forums. You can keep checking the forums too if you're interested. And as soon as I know when they're taking people on again, I will put a video out. I will put out tweets. So make sure you follow them on Twitter. And you can find all the information below in the comments and descriptions, etc. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when I know. Hopefully it's sooner than later, especially with the new tax year coming up. Cheers again for watching, guys. Really appreciate this, and I hope you've enjoyed the update. I know it's been a while since my last one. If you found this useful, please give it a like. Let me know in the comment section how things are with you. Love to know how your portfolios are doing. Love to hear what sort of investments you're making. And yeah, if you're planning to stick with Trading 212, let me know in the comments. Are you moving to a different provider for this tax year? Anything like that, let me know. Let's get a bit of discussion going on. And all the best. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.